All right, so what we're going to do is go over the mechanics of what I call the liberation training. So this is going to give you this video, just watch this through once. It should make sense about the basic mechanics. And then when you go run the equation, it's going to be about a 20-second to 30-second process. But you got to have these mechanics down. So the first step in it is you just be aware of any conflict. For us running the liberation equation now, and what I'm sharing in this, we're just going to focus on money. So you either have it come up in your field, like you look at your bank account, or it just comes up organically, or you can just be driving your car or sitting there, like right now, and feel money, investors, the amount of money I have, finances. You feel it, right? Step number one is just to feel it and be aware of it, right? So you're feeling it, you be aware of it. Step number two, we need to develop in this step, probably listening to this, you probably have an I am statement. So you can use one that you have, but what we're looking for is to have an I am statement that's big, universal. It's sort of a pattern interrupt in hypnosis. So it wants to be big, universal, powerful. You could say something like, I am a galactic cookie, or whatever it is to kind of get you out of the brain and get you into your power and your center. But if you don't have one, you can use I am source, I am love, I have a bunch here. If you don't have one, just use I am infinite. So we'll just use I am infinite for this example. You can try that one. You can sub in another one later. But for step number two, when you flip out of feeling that conflict, you want to use an I am statement. So the brain has to generate the thought. It's a pattern interrupt and allows you that brief moment of like paying attention to what you're doing. Because really, what's happening with the finances and the tension, usually we're just caught in a cycle. And then when we look for the solution in the brain where there's air and more thought, and it adds more dryness to it, what we're looking to do is to release the tension, allow the solution and the waters to flow. So, step one, feel the conflict. Like in this moment, money, my bank, ooh, I don't have enough. Maybe the banks are going to collapse. Maybe this is going to happen. Okay, I feel that. Step number two, use your I am statement. You come back to source, I am infinite. You feel that pattern interrupt. You feel that moment. Now you move consciously back into the tension. Okay, my bank account. Okay, an investor. Okay, there's not enough time. Oh, I feel this deeper. It's mounting. What if I don't get the money? What if it doesn't come through? What if we lose this investor and lose this thing? You feel into it deeper. You feel the tension, right? Feel that tension. Don't let yourself ruminate and go into mental solutions. You have the strength to come back again. You come back into it, step four, and repeat again, I am infinite, or whatever I am statement is. And this one, you come back into your I am statement, and this is a little bit different. You come back into it, you look back to it, and you can use something like this. And the truth is, I put my power into this situation, the bank account, the money, the rent, the fear, whatever it is. And because I put my power into this situation, this is step five, I now free it. As you feel this and say this, I free this bank and the situation, the finances. You can flick your fingers if you want. You can kind of like move your hands around your field, wherever you might feel it, your heart, your legs, wherever you feel it around you or in you. Use your fingers in step number five, like popping bubbles. The bank account, the money, the rent, the US government, the whole freaking thing. I release this. I free this energy. Step number six, you move right into it. Now that the energy's freed up, you can feel it around you freed up. Step number six is you breathe it back in. So just take a breath, take a conscious breath and feel the energy come back into the body, the pure energy that was stuck in those cycles. Come back into the body, feel it in the body. Maybe it coalesces in the spine, the base, the heart. Feel it come back into the body. And step number seven, that's when you like with prayer hands or whatever, if you're driving, don't do that. But if prayer hands, be like, I am so thankful for this whole situation because it's allowing me to become more of who I truly am. These next three I am statements, just let them flow out of you. I am grateful. I am on my path. I am indomitable. I am spirit. Thank you for this whole situation. Take a moment to feel your current state. Breathe in your heart and feel what it's like to release that tension and empower your core values of who you truly are. So that's the cycle. It's pretty straightforward. You're basically using this cycle and going through this cycle. So that's the mechanics of it. Have your I am statement. I'm going to run it through you in the next So I'm going to run it through you in the video when you're running the liberation training. I'm going to run you through the steps. But now you know the mechanics. Now you know the basic back and forth kind of pull of what you're doing with this. And you'll see how you'll be able to free that energy, take your power back. And then when you go actually into the world to deal with the thing, you're coming from a very powerful place to move energy.